Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Christina and this is Creations by Christy, and welcome to another part of our Mystery Make series. This series where we let the spinning wheel finally help me get through some of my Pinterest pins, at least my sewing and crochet ones. So with that being said, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I know heat and everything else here lately has been crazy. So I really hope that you're staying safe. But without further ado, let's see what we're making today. All right, a cute little top. With it coming into summer, it's kind of perfect. It's a little spicy, I won't lie. Some of my pins, I honestly have that moment where I'm like, what is this? But you know what? That's what makes it fun. So let's go ahead, get turned around and get some yarn picked out. All right, so let's get our yarn picked out for this shirt. So it is calling for just 4 worsted weight yarn. I think I'm gonna take the opportunity to not really get down into my like scrap stash, because you know we've been trying to go through those, right? I think I'm gonna take the opportunity and pick one of my full skeins, because I have some really pretty like different variegations and stuff like that. And for a cute summer top, I'm really leaning towards this Red Heart Super Saver Bitty Stripes. And this is in Pink Lemonade. So I'm thinking that, or scooch some stuff around, maybe this Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo Speckle. This is in light blue. So I do have 3 of the larger skeins of this because it was given to me because I want to make maybe a cardigan, something like that. I do only have 1 of these, but I mean, this is a jumbo, so it's the equivalent of, I believe, 5. No. So you know what? For it being like a summertime shirt, I think I'm gonna do this one. I have 1 skein of it. I'm hoping it shouldn't take more than that. Let me do a double check on the yardage real quick just to see, because all else fails, we may use something for like the ribbing color, something different, like maybe like this light blue if we need to. But let me check real quick the yardage. Okay, so went to go double check the yardage and realized that this pattern is another awesome pattern because it's a made to measure pattern. So it's made to your specific sizing. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to use the speckle. Worst comes to worst, I'm going to have to buy another skein. It's okay. This is available at places like Walmart and Myers, so it's not like I can't find it anywhere. So let's go ahead and let's get going. This really cute top. So I'm starting with the band for the shirt, and it is just a rib stitch. I am so happy with how this yarn is turning out. I mean, I think this is going to be so pretty. But yeah, so you just do the rib stitch. This has you doing it at 15 single crochets, back loop only. And you're gonna do this until it wraps around right underneath your chest. So like the band size for a bra. So yeah, if you happen to watch my video a couple weeks ago, you'll know how to truly check for your band size for your bra too. So if not, go ahead, look back. I think it was number 12. But yeah, so let's get back to it. I will say the rib stitch is not one of my favorites because it's that mundane, just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth of single crochets. But I'll get back to it. Can't get the shirt done if I don't get the start of it done, right? All right. All right, so I got my ribbing done. So the whole base, that base part of the shirt is done. A few things that I have figured out with this. So the first thing that I have ran into is I wish I would have picked a different color. I like the colors, but now I really want to make a sweater out of this pattern. I don't know. I love it. I love how the color is. And now that I am done with that back and forth ribbing, there's something about ribbing that just, it can take it out of you. I think it's the mundane because this is a single crochet back and forth, back loop only. So it can be so tedious as a thing. So with that being said, let me get back into it. Now it's a few rows of double crochet and then we start doing the cup parts. So let's get this done. Hopefully we can be done with it pretty quick. So another quick side note with this. Make sure you are doing your due diligence and checking it as you're creating the length. I ended up having to pull out almost 25 rows because I thought I had it pretty well measured out and I was just chugging along, and then I went to wrap me to make sure I was done, and I was way more than done. So just make sure you're doing that periodically. Put it around yourself so you know for sure, because this is a custom piece. It's a custom fit to you piece, so that then you know for sure it's going to fit you perfectly. right, guys. So I'm about, I'd say, a third of the way done with my shirt. Just because this is the full bottom part, I'm now working on the cups. So I've added, in the pattern, it has you measure out your cup width. So where your cups are going to go, it's about, she has you take half of your overall stitches around. So like my overall stitches around, I think were like 156. So half was like 49. And then you half that again. So that's what my stitch marker is for. You half it again to divide your cups, right? So I went ahead, I did my 79 double crochets across to start. Now it does look like, going through the rest of the pattern, that most of the rest of the cup is done in double crochet 2 togethers. So decreases for double crochet, and that's the part that we're on. So that's what I've started, and then it just goes into the strap part that goes back to the back of the top. Now I will say, I have not tried it back on since I did the band, so I haven't tried it on since my 3 rows of double crochet. I probably should, just to be safe. I don't see it being a problem, but I might try it on real quick just to be sure. Since it is a made to measure top, like I've said, it's made for you. So you want to take the time to make sure that's fitting. Yeah, it'll be fine. That everything's fitting okay while you're doing it, because it's fully customizable. So, I mean, you're able to change anything you need to change in it. If you need the cups to be bigger, work up the pattern once you have, or if you have crochet knowledge, and maybe instead of doing the double crochet 2 togethers in certain places, because that's what the whole cup is made out of, you know, do a decrease and then a double crochet and a decrease, and that'll help with some of the tearing of the cup and things like that. You know me, I love a custom piece. I love a piece that is made to fit you. I think more people, if they had clothes that were specifically made to fit them, they'd feel a million times better about themselves. So let's go ahead. I'm going to get back to it, and hopefully I can get some of this done. I am working on a current project. I can sneak peek it to you. Hold on, it's sitting right here. So I have a project I've been working on for a while now. Thankfully, the customer is being very gracious with my time and told me I could just get it done whenever. But I will sneak peek it to you because it's right here. It's this beautiful floral Afghan blanket, and it's been amazing. It's been amazing to make. It's on all these beautiful colors, but that's what's been taking up my time when I'm not working on mystery makes. So I do need to get this finished, and I need to get this finished as well. So today is going to be the day of, let's see what all we can get done. This hopefully a little bit more done than it is. I need it done. You ever have one of those crochet projects, or projects in general, crochet or sewing, that you get to a certain point and you're like, I need this project to be done? That's how I feel with this one. Sometimes though, that really helps me, because that really kind of pushes me to get it done and get it out of the way, because then it's not in the back of your head knowing that you need to finish it, especially because this is for a customer. This isn't just a fun project I'm working on for myself. So I will get it done, get this out of the way, get my shirt done. So let's get back into it. You guys will only have to see what's going on with the shirt though, because that's all that matters in this video. All right, so let me see if I can show you. I'm about halfway through. And with that being said, let's talk about some of the things we got going on here. So what I ended up doing is in the bag, got crazy pool hair going on, sorry. What I ended up doing with mine is, it is a little big. I should have been testing the size a little bit more as I was making it. I didn't, that's my bad. It also doesn't help that, I mean, I'm a pretty large bandwidth for my cup size too. So these cups, I mean, are very much made for probably a more fuller chested person other than myself. So to help compensate that though, the strap is supposed to just go straight to the back. I ended up having to almost racer back it some, and I've pulled it in towards the center of the back just to kind of help with that gapping I was getting on the side. Another thing that I unfortunately didn't take into consideration is I made this with acrylic, and when I wash this, it's going to loosen up a fair amount potentially. So I will have to really be mindful of how I go ahead and wash it and take care of it. If I don't dry it, I lay it flat and I wash it in a garment protector, so like a lingerie bag. It should help with the stretching. That's my bad. I mean, that's user error at the end of the day. I know that with acrylic I should have made it a little bit smaller than like true to fit. So if you are making this, just remember that if you are using something like acrylic, you will need to make it tighter than you think you should make it, so that you can compensate for the fact that once you wash and dry it, it is going to loosen, because acrylic just naturally loosens sometimes a fair amount when you wash it. So that is something to remember. If you were to make this with 100% cotton, you would have less chance of that. So that is something to think of as well. You know, there's plenty of different cottons that have a really great texture to them. Even here, I have some right here. This is the Walmart brand, so this is the Mainstay. It's just 100% cotton. This is a fairly soft cotton. This is not anywhere close to like as, there we go. So this cotton is a lot softer than like this cotton. So this is Peaches and Cream, so it's Lily Sugar and Cream equivalent. This is a lot, not a lot more rough. You can very much make plenty with it, but this is very clearly has a different texture than this cotton. So this cotton's potentially going to have just a hair more give than this cotton as well. Things like that. So whatever you decide to use yarn wise is going to just depend on how you need to be, you know, a little more specific with how tight and how loose you make your garment. Now, with that being said, all I have left is the other cup. So that's all I have to take care of. And like I said, I know it's going to be a little bit loose. I'll wear it just over a tank top or something. It's not going to be a standalone top. But yeah, I do love it. I love the colors of it though. So for real, I did say that it looks so crazy only being one side. I did say I love these colors so much. I think I'm going to look into making a sweater out of it, because I just love the pattern. It's a really fun pattern. So let's go ahead. Let me get this other side done so we can get this project done. I feel like I've been working on it for forever and a day. I know to you guys it's just going to be a video, but for me it feels like forever. So let's go. Hey guys, so I got it done. So I'm going to show it to you, then we're going to talk about it. All right. It's too big. Give me one sec. Let's talk. So it's clearly too big. Like, I am not proportioned for what this shirt was expecting of me. Which I did say with my band size, I know that gets questionable. And that is on me. That is not on this pattern. Because here's the thing. This pattern tells you throughout, measure it to you, do this, do that. This is on me. The pattern is written well. It is stupid easy. Like, and it's not hateful. The most painful part is ribbing, and that's because I don't like ribbing. I'll probably end up selling it or frogging it. I don't see this because of just how large it is. I don't see it making it into the rotation, unfortunately, because I do love this color. So all else, I'm going to frog it. I weaved in all my ends and stuff, though. I had so much hope. Yeah, it's one of those things where I noticed it a cup through, and I was like, I think it's going to be way too big. But I had so much hope in it that I kept going. And I fully finished it. And I weaved my ends in. That's on me. Like I said, it just, for me, I'm small chested for my band size. This is very much made for someone who's a 42-inch band. Makes sense, okay? Let's put it that way. Like I said, though, it is a great pattern. I will link it down below. It is really easy. It is not the pattern's fault. It's my fault. I've been doing this long enough that when I was a cup in and realized it seemed very large, I should have stopped. I should have tried to change the pattern some. I didn't even change the pattern. Like, this is how the pattern is written. So, it's on me. It's still cute. Just way too big. But thank you if you've made it this far, for going through this journey with me. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help the channel out. It just gets more people to view the Mystery Make series. And I mean, hey, they can't all be wins. We have been so lucky this far that everything I've made I've loved so far. So this is the first thing that I've been like, I might sell it, I might frog it. It's really going to depend. So it happens. Every creator, I wish every pattern, it's not the pattern, it's me. Pattern was good. I wish everything always ended up perfect. It is what it is. But thank you so much again for being here. I appreciate it if you've made it this far. Once again, like and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.